Hey, Warrior Saints! Happy Wednesday. Father Chris here. Welcome to our Crucifixional live stream. Glad to have you beautiful people with us. It's glorious here where we are. Hope your place, your location is equally as lovely. We've been talking about dissension and quarreling and controversies and scandals and polarity and how everything in the I'm just going to say it, in the corporate world that's trying to sell us stuff and get us watching advertising and clicking and buying is designed to divide. Like dichotomy is good for business, right? You may alienate a large group, but you are therefore going to also endear a large group to you, right? Does that make sense? Like I heard somewhere someone said to me, or I read, I don't know, but it was fabulous. In order to become my favorite band, I also have to become someone else's least favorite band, right? And you think about like rock bands and how they would become totally popular with a group, but then other people would say, oh, they stink and their music's terrible, right? Like it needed to be that divisiveness, that division. And indeed, that's what's happening in our world today. I mean, it's all over the place, right? I keep saying in our world today. I noticed as I watched these again that like I say that a lot, and boy, that's a sad thing for me to say. Why don't we make a change? Let's see what we can do. We're going to talk about it. So with all of this divisiveness, one of the things I've come to realize is that most, if not all, of this silliness do not matter. Don't matter. The problem is we're giving them credence when they don't matter. And I started to realize, like, as I'm walking, like, we've all faced it. There are those people who are deliberately antagonistic. You know, you guys know these ones. Like, it's like the 6-year-olds who are tattletales that like, I saw this doing this and da-da-da-da. It's like it designed to enrage us, right? Like this young, immature mentality. There are those who are, you know, looking for these, you know, curt and you know, pointed little memes to throw at someone on the other side and say, and it's desire. I mean, their desire, as I said yesterday, is to stir us up inside. The truth of it is, it's of no value, and we need to stay away from it. I have had, like, over the years, we've been teaching, you know, since before COVID started, but I mean, we haven't stopped, right, as you well know. And over the years, we've said some things that are really pushing edge of comfort. Now, hopefully not controversial in a negative sense, but really asking some hard questions. Not just to get in the fight, but to move us forward. And sometimes people don't like the statements that we make. And people have thrown, you know, harsh comments at us or critiques at us. And sometimes we embrace those because if they're heartfelt, we want to know, we want to get better. But sometimes it's like that little 6-year-old who just wants to tattletale and yell at people. And like we've decided as a unilateral rule, we ignore that stuff. And that's not because we're better, we're above the fray. Hopefully we are, we're trying to be. But the real reason that we avoid that stuff is because it's boring. It's not of any value. Like once you can check and see that this is just the internal warpedness of the one who's attacking you, don't get involved in it. Look, one of the best pearls I can ever give you is this. When you find that the confrontation is with a whiny temper tantrumy person who just is screaming for attention, some hole, some brokenness inside them, please don't get involved. It doesn't work. You'll lose. And it ain't no fun. It's boring. Listen to this. This is from Titus. We talked about Titus 3:9 yesterday. Today we're going to talk about Titus 3:10. And Paul is giving Titus in his instructions some very clear instructions. Because when you come across that person, that 6-year-old tattletale type, do the following. Ready? Listen. As for a man who is factious, after admonishing him once or twice, have nothing more to do with him, knowing that such a person is perverted, sinful, and is self-condemned. Right? Now, the word factious, I know you know, but it means divisive. Someone who's trying to stir the pot, right? Like, go to the person. If he's factious, say, look, bro, I love you. But what you're doing is silly. Like, don't do this. Like, come on, man. Use your brain. Think, right? And if it doesn't stop, get away from it. Because he's already, shoved himself or shoved herself into a hole and they may never get out of it. God willing, they will. But, like, it's not your problem anymore. Don't get involved in the boring. And let me tell you something. I'm on fire today. I don't know why. I just think this topic is so exciting, and yet it's. I mean, the fact that we even have to do it, it just amazes me. But it's exciting because, like, as I come to realize in my own life that this stuff and the chains that are being yanked and this stuff and how much it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of life, and how getting involved in it detracts me from time and attention where I should be putting it. Once I hit that, I was like, oh, this is freeing. Because now I don't deal with that stuff. Like, even when assaults come against me, Look, it is what it is. If I'm wrong, right away, I'm sorry, forgive me. And if I'm not, and if it's not part of the, the real mission that I'm on, okay, fine, move on, right? Like, it's boring. It's not interesting anymore, because you can see when people are doing that, they're not thinking, and it's like, I can't fix that. But there are warrior saints like you who want to think and want to see clearly and want to get over the hump of this division and divisiveness that's out there. And, those are the people I'm interested in, and those are the people that are listening, and we're doing this together. And you know what? Let me tell you something. We're making a difference. I can tell you. I may have said it before, but I'm telling you, that pendulum has almost reached its peak on this side of insanity, and it's on its way back. Hopefully, I would love it. I would love for the pendulum to get back to center and stay there. We know that doesn't happen, but at least on the way down, it's. I'm telling you, I think it's reached close to that peak of insanity, and we're about to, because people can see. If you want to see clearly, if you want to be one who says, look, I'm ready to cross this divide, to get to the top of that mountain and head downward into peace and harmony, very simple. WarriorSaints.org. We're working on it. We got all kinds of instructions, all kinds of lessons. In fact, a couple of days ago, we put one up. It's tough, man, because in all of this whole message, you got to look at your death, because it's coming. And that's this thing that we don't very often want to deal with because it's uncomfortable. We have to confront our mortality so that we can put ourselves online, in focus, to do the right thing. We got to listen. Here, Confronting Morality. Visit, subscribe. Love ya. Tomorrow we're going to be back to talk about diabolos, diabolicalness, the devil. Till then, keep walking on the way of the warrior saint.